Good morning, you guys. Boy, I'll tell you, it never ends, you guys, with the greed, the corruption, the tyranny. The tyranny is getting bad anymore, really bad, and it's ever growing. YouTube will pull your channel down if you talk about the you know what in the arm. If you talk about anything related to that on your channel, they will pull your channel and all your content. Now, it was in the morning news and Google News this morning that effective next month, that if you talk about this, and I'll put it right across the screen, they will demonetize you and possibly pull your content down, pull your channel. So now it went from one thing to now a second thing, and then there will be a third and a fourth and a fifth. Freedom of speech is gone. They're infringing on our rights. But if that isn't bad enough, they hit us at all angles, you guys. If it isn't something that they're hitting us with social media, something that we pay for this, and then they dictate it. And now I see also in the news that National Fuel, starting this winter, when everyone's going to be using their furnaces, your monthly bill is going to be going up 45%. 45%. They said to expect it. Now I got a gas stove, a gas furnace, and a gas dryer. Everything else is electric. But I'm on a gas well. I don't pay a bill. So they can go screw themselves. That's why I moved here. Because this place is 75% off grid. It's the whole reason why I wanted to move here. And also to get further away from town. I won't pay the increases, even if I was on a public utility. You know, back when I had Dish Network years ago, it's been what, 7, maybe 8 years now? I don't remember. It's been a long time that I've been without TV service. I have no TV service, no cable, no dish, no nothing. I streamcast everything on the TV from my computer if I want to watch something, and it's usually something on YouTube or something off of Paramount. I pay $6 a month for Paramount just so I can get some football games. But I don't pay it. The dish bill was the same way, where they'd always hit me with an increase. Well, Mr. Town, your bill is going to this. And we have to increase this because of all these different regulations and whatnot. They blamed it on the government. And I says, well, you can take your package that you offered me at supposedly a set rate, you know, to where it's locked in and it's not supposed to change. And then they change it. And I said, you can take your package and you can shove it right up your you know what. And I took the dish, I got a ladder and I went up on the roof and I took the dish off, unbolted it, threw it out in the lawn, took the receiver, all of it, the coax cable, and I put it on Craigslist and I got rid of it. I have never had TV since. And they hounded me with mail vouchers saying, well, if you come back, you've been such a faithful customer. If you come back, you'll get your package back for half the amount of money for like 6 months before there's another increase. And it's like, no, I'm not coming back ever. And I never have. So if you have natural gas, your bill is going up 45% this year. So let's say you have a bill at what, $154 a month, let's say, as an example, it's going to go up to $222. That's an increase of $66.22, almost $70 a month. On top of that, fuel is going through the roof, the price of gas for your automobile. Diesel is even 10 cents higher than that per gallon. We're currently at 345. Everything's going up and away. Even the price of SUVs now compared to past years, last year, the year before, and the year before that, SUVs are up 20%. in their price. Used cars have gone up because there's a higher demand in used cars because new vehicles are becoming so unaffordable. And they blame it on the the microchips that they can't get. No. That's part of it. But what people don't understand, and I don't know why people don't understand this, and it aggravates me to no end, is that what makes the cost of stuff go up is the fact that there is no limit. There's no limit on what people will go through to buy. It's like the United States government that raises the debt limit, right? They're always kicking the can down the road. We can't afford what we're doing, but let's raise the debt limit several billions of dollars more. And then when they reach that limit, they'll do it again and again and again, up and away. That's not how you fix something. But do you understand that why trucks cost what they do and homes cost what they do and everything costs what it does? You know what does that? I'll bet you don't know what does that. Credit. Because let me show you. Here's my wallet. Let me give an example for dummies that don't understand this. I've tried to explain this even to my own dad, and I got five. I got $5 in my wallet because I keep all my money in the bank. I got $5 in my wallet. Let's say I need to buy something that's $20. I got 1/4 of the cost in my wallet. 1/4 of the cost. But let's say I had a credit card in here. I'll use my PayPal as an example. Let's say this is a credit card. This is a MasterCard, a Visa card, whatever, American Express. I got $5 in my wallet. I would not be able to buy that item that is $20 unless I had one of these. I can't afford it, but because I have one of these, I'm getting it. This is why companies ask what they ask for things, because nobody is buying shit honestly. Do you really think they could get away with selling trucks for $40,000+ per pickup truck if people didn't have these in their wallet? If people couldn't run to the bank and get loans all the time? Hey, I need a house. What? $257,000? I don't care. I'll go to the bank. I'll get a loan. I'll go in debt the rest of my life. I'll still be in debt after I'm dead. This is why the cost of living and everything is going up, because you know what? If everyone was stuck with only being able to purchase with what they could afford and not being able to do anything outside of that and be like, well, I'm sorry, I can't afford your $40,000 truck. Have a nice day. And you walk up, well, wait a minute. Come back. How much can you afford? That's what would happen if it was real money. People buying with what they can afford. Because of credit, think about it. If you were a businessman, think about this. If you were a businessman and you were selling expensive items and someone came in like me and said, I can't afford that. I don't make that much. I don't have that kind of money. I can't afford what you're selling. You'd be like, well, there's people out there with credit cards that will buy what I'm selling. So sorry. But if everybody came into the shop and said, we can't afford this. Do you think that person would sell anything? They wouldn't be able to sell one item. Why? Because people would be living their lives off of what they can honestly, actually, really afford. That's why you're seeing the prices of stuff. Because if everybody ditched their credit and nobody had credit anymore, and nobody got loans from the banks anymore, you would see prices of homes plummet. You would see prices of trucks come way down. Prices of groceries, prices of everything would drop down to a realistic price that people could actually afford with the money they actually have, not some imaginary money that's out there. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, when I was old enough to be out on my own, before people were doing all the crazy things that the young kids are doing today with credit, it's like my brother's kids. I said to my brother, I says, my God, I says, your son has got a $500,000 house. He's only in his early 30s and he's got a $500,000 house, owns his own business, is married, got his first kid and pets and a couple vehicles at 31 years old. I told my brother, I says, when we were his age, when we were kids, there was no way in hell we could do stuff like that. The difference is today, they give credit cards away to people. They want you to go in debt. They want everyone to be in debt up to their eyeballs. This is why prices go up, because they know if the money's coming from something outside of your ability to afford it, they don't care. They can ask any price they want for it. So I will argue this until the day that I die. But people that put shit on credit is why shit is unaffordable for us people that really can only afford what we honestly and truthfully have. I will not ever have a credit card. And this is why when a company says we're going to up your utility, I tell them to shove it up their ass. Well, why, Mr. Town? Why don't you just put it on credit? Or why don't you? Because I'm not like the masses. I don't follow everyone else. Take your inflated price and shove it. Your service isn't even worth what you were asking originally, and now you want another $30 a month on top of it? Screw it. Shove it. This is what's destroying this country is credit. Everybody putting everything on credit. I go out to lunch with George. He puts his lunch on credit. He buys a candy bar. He puts it on a credit card. Do you really think these companies or anybody, do you think a realtor could sell a house if it weren't for credit? Imagine everybody out there could only buy with the money they actually earned and made. How would they be able to put these prices on this stuff? Because the prices won't match the actual earnings. But because you got like the government debt ceiling, oh, well, you got credit cards, man, you could probably max out 5 of these and pay for this. So yeah, we're going to ask this because you can't afford it, but because you've got all this added help with all this credit to ruin and destroy your life. This is why we got the price way the fuck up here. Why don't people understand this? It's people with credit that's ruining this country. This is why we're seeing the prices of shit that we're seeing. It's because of you guys with credit is what's destroying this country. Because I'll tell you what, when I walk in somewhere and someone's got a big price on that, and I look at that and I say, that's too much. Even if I got the money, it's like, I'm not paying that just because I got the money. That's too much. It's not worth it. Because I'm not an idiot. I don't live on credit, and I don't live in this fantasy world like I can afford things that I know damn well I can't. If I see something that's too expensive, I walk away. It's like, that's not worth that. It's not worth it. This is why we have $40,000+ trucks. This is why we got homes into the millions of dollars. This is why everything is expensive, from clothing to groceries to everything, utilities, anything. Going up, up, up and away. And they know that you're not going to bitch about it because you're going to just put it on your credit card. There you go. Bill's paid. But honey, we can't shut up. The bill's paid. That's what's doing it. That's what's doing it. Credit. So thanks a lot to everyone out there going in debt up to their eyeballs, making it harder for everyone else that chooses not to live Satan's way, having to pay so much more for stuff because of their irresponsibility. And it's just saying, I got to have that. I got to have the latest phone. I got to have the newest truck. What are people going to think about me if I'm not driving a $50,000 pickup truck? Holy crap. That's what's doing it. Credit your way into hell, because that's what's taking this country into hell. It's credit. Credit is of the devil. The Bible speaks about credit. You're not supposed to be a slave to anybody. Yet everybody does it. That's what's ruining this country. This is why everything is going up, up, and away. And then on top of it all, they want to put everything on the electrical grid. They got an article that just came out today saying that they want to do away with gas stoves, gas furnaces, even though the price is going up. They want to do away with it and put everyone on electric when our grid can't even handle what it's already handling. This is why we've been having blackouts all over the United States, some of them lasting for days or even weeks. They can't handle it, and they want to add more on top of electric cars. That's why they're doing this. That's why they're doing it. People say, oh, well, it's because of the cost of crude and the cost of that. No, it's not. No, it's not. They want to regulate it, and they want to price it out of control to force you into electricity. That's why they're doing it. But people don't see that. That's why they're doing it. There's always a cause to everything. And the reason why everything is priced through the roof today is because of credit. Stop putting shit on credit cards. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. Who cares what people think? Live honest, live real, and don't go into debt. I don't know why people don't understand this, but people got to have what they got to have. No control, no self-discipline, absolutely no control. Worried about what everyone else thinks about them. Well, if I don't have the latest furniture and the best clothes, my God, I'm going to lose my fake friends. Who gives a shit? You're better off without those fake friends. My stuff all comes from a yard sale. Got these lamps at a yard sale, 2 of them matching, $10. $10. They work great. They work great. They look okay. Fine. $10. I'm not going to go into debt and go to some furniture warehouse and blow thousands of dollars on a whole living room set and say it's everything's got to match. It's got to match my curtains. It's got to match my car. I don't give a shit about that. I care that I got a roof over my head. I'm thankful I have electricity and I got a lamp to turn on and I don't live in a dirt floor hut. But these people in this country today are so pampered, got to have everything their way. This is why everything is expensive. But everyone else has to have their smartphones and their credit cards, the most coveted things in the world. It's absolutely sickening. It makes me want to join the Amish. They're the only ones that get it. And speaking of what food is doing to us, like I mentioned in the previous video about vegetables and stuff, think about every time you go to see a doctor or you go to the hospital or you see a specialist, how many Amish people do you see in the waiting room? Because they do use the same healthcare system. They see the same doctors. They go to the same hospitals. They go to the same practitioners. How many Amish people do you ever encounter in, well, we don't have Amish where we are. Well, go where there are Amish because they're all around me. You never see them because they grow all their own stuff. They make all their own stuff. They have their own economy. They have nothing to do with the Englishmen as far as their ways of living. They don't care about the government. They don't vote. They don't even know most of the time who's president. And they live happily ever after, and they don't go in debt for shit. And they always got money on them. But it's because they're disciplined. They don't care what other people think. They're happy. They have more family values than our culture will ever have. Sit down to dinner every night. They say their blessings. They go to bed at the same hour every night. They get up at the same time every morning. They work very, very hard, and they have a great system. And they school their own children because they don't want them to be indoctrinated into our public school system. They school their own kids. They're smart. They're smart. They don't need cell phones. They don't need credit cards. They don't need $40,000 pickup trucks. And they're happy people. You never see them sick, disabled, screwed up, in counseling, none of that stuff. Think about it. Who's living the right way and who's living the wrong way? Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.